Jack Doherty has spent years building a career on harassing the public, screaming "where we at" while antagonizing everyone in sight. He is the definition of a self-entitled man-child, willing to cross every single moral boundary just for a shred of content. But finally, the karma train has arrived. He has been permanently banned from the streaming platform Kick. His girlfriend McKinley kicked him to the curb. Now he is spiraling, claiming, "My girlfriend called the cops on me. I can't believe this." He is playing the victim card, telling his audience, "Girls are fake. You won't believe she called the cops on me." And if that wasn't humiliating enough, he is running out of the fortune he made by selling his dignity. He claims, "When I met this girl, I was making $1.5 million a month. Now, I'm probably making 10% of that." But the financial ruin isn't the bottom. He is now desperately trying to farm sympathy points. He is literally staging his own misery for the camera, crying crocodile tears, saying, "I love her. She's my girlfriend. I've been with her for 2 years. I feel like such an idiot. I wouldn't be with someone I didn't love or see a future with. It is all just hollow noise." He thought they could overcome it, but then immediately pivoted to faking a robbery, claiming, "I just got robbed on Rodeo Drive." He alleges 4 armed men jumped out of a vehicle and rips 2 diamond chains right off his neck. Unfortunately for Jack, the internet celebrated his downfall. Every day Jack suffers is a good day. I've been waiting for this. Hi, everyone. I am Who Else, and I create weekly deep dive YouTube documentaries. Today, we are diving back into the never-ending implosion of Jack Doherty and how he continues to dig his own grave. He is broadcasting his ruin for the world to see. If you missed the drama, here is a lightning-fast recap to get you up to speed. His much-awaited downfall triggered when he totaled his car in the rain because he was too busy reading stream chat to watch the road. Since then, he has been exposed for artificially inflating his streams with viewbots. Okay, Jack Doherty, nice view count you got there. Look at those obvious bot numbers compared to actual streamers like Stable Ronaldo. It is embarrassing. Then he was exposed for scamming his remaining loyal fans with a crypto rug pull. I am buying McLaren coin. Alright, let's go. I just bought 5 Sol worth. And finally, the permanent ban from Kick after he assaulted a stream sniper. They are getting chips everywhere. But the final nail in the coffin was McKinley breaking up with him, cutting him off from his biggest revenue stream, which was her OnlyFans account. He raged, "She used me for money. No one flips like that in 24 hours. She changed the passwords to absolutely everything, locking him out. She called the cops to take her stuff. Who does that after everything I did?" That is where we left off in the last video. But the dumpster fire has only grown, starting with Jack's complete inability to stick to one story. He went from accusing McKinley of being a gold digger using him for cash. "I don't even know her anymore. It is insane. It is evil. She has been plotting this for a minute. This girl used me for money," to immediately putting on a sad face and talking about how much he still loved her. The very next morning, it was, "I love her. She's my girlfriend. That is why I've been with her for 2 years. You know, I am not an idiot. I wouldn't stay with someone I didn't love or see a future with." You would be forgiven for thinking these were genuine feelings. After all, he looked distraught. But make no mistake, the only thing Jack Doherty cares about is the content. That is why he flipped the script again. One minute he is begging McKinley to return. The next he has a new girlfriend. Her name is Christiana Sansone, and she looks like McKinley's long-lost twin. But when the new relationship failed to get views, Jack moved to his next desperate scheme, a potentially fake crime. On May 7th, 2025, he uploaded a video titled "I got robbed for $300,000, claiming thieves stole his diamond chains. He says they took $300,000 worth of jewelry in broad daylight in a crowded area. "Rob me? This is both my chains. Oh my god, Jake, what the hell just happened? They were packing heat? Where was your piece? Bro, are you serious right now? What is even happening?" Following the chaos, he actually dialed 911 and filed an official police report. They snatched 2 diamond chains, worth like $300,000. Did they touch you? Yeah? Yeah. Look, you are definitely bleeding. One piece was $100,000, the other was $200,000. The internet remains completely unconvinced, with viewers pointing out the suspicious lack of physical evidence, no bruises from the alleged tackle, and 0 red marks from having heavy jewelry violently ripped off his neck. He appears remarkably composed for someone who just had, quote, guns pointed at his face, which screams fake to the audience. That demeanor does not match a victim of armed robbery. It looks more like someone realizing they just committed a crime by filing a false report, and panic is setting in. Here is the kicker: the skeptics might be right. as a mountain of evidence suggests this entire ordeal was nothing more than a scripted stunt. Whether it was a desperate bid for attention or a potential insurance scam remains to be seen. But let's look at Jack Doherty. This is a creator who live streams his most humiliating moments without hesitation. Yet, miraculously, the cameras were off during the actual robbery. Furthermore, his recounting of events is riddled with gaping plot holes and logical failures. For example, he initially claims he was tackled to the pavement by the attackers. That was definitely a setup, bro. It was too clean. I walk out and boom, 3 or 4 guys are just waiting. But moments later, the narrative shifts, and suddenly he was being pinned against a wall. I see my chains in this dude's hand, I'm getting shoved like this, and another guy is going for the watch. And just when you think you have the story straight, he flips the script again, claiming he was actually running away from them. Dude, he was chasing me down the street trying to snatch the watch. I had no clue where to run, bro, because if I went too far, he would have cornered me alone. Plus, I've got a broken collarbone, so fighting back wasn't even an option. Even his ex-girlfriend, who knows his patterns better than anyone, believes the entire scenario is a fabrication. No, I want your honest take. For the people out of the loop. Obviously, it is your call to believe it, but it just feels totally staged to me. I really think it is fake. To put it bluntly, the majority of the internet smells a rat. And the few who do believe him aren't offering any pity, posting comments like, "Are the robbers okay?" and "Hope they got home safely." Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy is flooding his comments section as Jack's reputation disintegrates in real time. Every damage control tactic he attempts only adds fuel to the fire, including his disastrous appearance on the No Jumper podcast with Adam22. Based on his body language, he is clearly trying to project the image of a reformed character who has matured past his controversies. I feel like the last time we sat down for a podcast, you were wilding out back then, but it seems like you have shifted gears. Yeah, I was a little unhinged. Tragically for Jack, the interview played out less like a redemption arc and more like a voluntary confession tape. Instead of refuting the allegations that he recruits barely legal 18-year-olds for his subscription business, he argued that, quote, most are older than him, as if that justifies the predatory nature of his management style. That whole narrative about grabbing girls fresh out of high school, was that just fake news from your view? Yeah, I mean, most of the talent I work with is, like, older than me. He also slipped up regarding McKinley, claiming she didn't start her page until 6 months into their relationship, attempting to squash rumors that he only dated her to exploit her earning potential. However, that defense collapsed instantly. McKinley later exposed that she only entered the industry because Jack threatened to kick her out if she refused. He said he'd send me back home if I didn't do it, so I did it. No lie. While she didn't provide hard evidence, considering Jack's history of exploitation, it is entirely plausible he would manipulate someone to secure what he worships most, cash. Even when George Jenko pressed him on the ethics, his justification was basically money talks. This is just a modern version of pimping. You are pimping these girls out. Does that not weigh on your conscience at all? No, because at the end of the day, they already want to do what they are doing. I am the one actually securing the bag while countless other girls join that blue platform and make absolutely $0. Nothing. What is the point of their struggle? Meanwhile, every single girl in my circle is raking in hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. We are talking millions of dollars a year. But here is the kicker for all of McKinley's whining about Jack. She is not much better. Maybe she was blackmailed at the start, maybe not. But eventually, she leaned into the chaos. Hard. She went as far as using literal minors just to promote her adult content. Absolutely shameless. I am taking the Urus. Yeah, the Urus. It is a done deal. Question, would you rather have this girl or this McLaren? The McLaren? Oh, okay then. Sorry, sweetheart. After ditching Jack, she started popping up on FaZe Lacey's stream. And let me tell you, the chemistry was undeniable. I honestly do not know what is more beautiful, the fireworks or you? That was smooth, right? Come on, you have to admit, that was solid. That was good. Jack even tried to buy back McKinley's attention by dropping donations on Lacey's stream. Oh my god. Don't hurt yourself, Jack. Thanks for the 25 gifted subs. Thank you. Of course. But the truth? She was only using him for the clout. The second she got what she needed, she vanished, ghosted Lacey completely, all while using a picture of them together to promote her spicy page. Lacey was forced to clear his name, tweeting, "The fact I even have to say this is insane. I am being used as clickbait." I am not in any pictures or videos. Please do not fall for this BS and get scammed. My legal team is getting it removed immediately. Don't believe everything you see online. But this behavior proves she wasn't exactly innocent in the fallout with Jack. That will not save his career though. He is fading into irrelevance day by day until nobody will care enough to even speak his name, no matter how many controversial stunts he pulls. And if that robbery turns out to be fake, he could face real criminal charges. We are talking obstruction of emergency services or worse. He might even end up in jail. That being said, make sure you subscribe to stay updated on this mess, because it looks like things are about to get a whole lot worse.